prioritizing employee well-being. I want to go about mental health, about nutrition and well-being, and offline and online balancing, and how it's improved for employees and executive. Today we look what shapes our future. Caring for employee health is no longer a choice, it is a shared advantages. Together we will create a plan for change for this conference. We won't just talk, we learn how each company can enter a new world of safety and well-being, protecting the most valuable assets, their people. In the 20th century, the social well-being has captured the world's imagination, and the companies are encouraged to get involved. The world is much more than income-generating activity. It's part of our identity, and the development affects our health and the key to the functioning of organizations and societies. When we talk about work, we are talking not just about money, we are talking about our lives, about how it affects us. What are your priorities? After all, work shapes our personality, affects our physical and mental health. Let's ask ourselves, how can we ensure not just safety, but the thriving of every employer? This is our responsibility of as leaders of the new generations. A specialist in occupational health and safety specialist can be a leader. Leader helps employees with safety by listening to employees and asking questions about their unsafe behaviors, evaluating safety performance and telling employees the results, getting help from safety experts and being open to new ideas, training employees on safety in ways that works for them. Think about this. Companies that care about their employees' well-being don't just get loyalty, they get high productivity, engagement, commitment. This is your chance to stand out from the competition. Investing in employee well-being is not just the right choice, it is a strategic move towards future success.
Okay, how are they investing in the employees?
How to invest?
How are they investing in the employee?
Okay, I will say it is the mental health, it's nutrition. I will be later talk about it. Yes, it's a cost money, but if the manager understands how it's influence, how it's make for productivity for companies, it will be useful. Technology is changing our world faster than ever before. We have to choose to work remotely, but how is this impacting for our employees? They face new challenges from isolation to screen fatigue. And also employees no longer want to work just by paycheck. They want to be a part of something bigger. They want that the company cares about them. For example, flexible schedules, remote work, health support program. These are no longer privileges, they are necessities. Now think, what is your company doing to meet these expectations? What are saying the theory? The traditional approaches for the occupational health and safety are often limited. They focus on a risk reduction and a narrow understanding of benefits. The success of a career depends on enjoying what you do every day. People who do well in their jobs have a positive attitude towards their work and are motivated to keep learning and improving. Research shows that employee health, happiness, involvement, and performance are closely connected. However, many still feel stressed and unhappy at work, which shows serious problems with motivation and involvement. Employees need things like independence, support from the managers, and clear goals. But when the job demands are too high, their productivity drops because of physical and mental health suffers. The studies in the USA show a return on investment of $3 per every dollar invested in health promotion. in the workplace and $5 for every dollar invested to reduce health care costs and sick leave. It's a show that when companies care about employees, they also have money privileges. What can we do on the practice? How we can make employees well-being? How we make the well-being of employees? The employee health management strategies are applied. A complete corporate system that includes not only the employee health monitoring functions and periodic prevention, but also the risk analysis of incapacity for work and planning of prevention measures. This includes funding for corporate psychologists, infrastructure for fitness and nutrition, resource recovery, health schools in the workplace, health literacy and risk management programs, and an overall corporate health culture. Reputation and social responsibility are important for company leaders. Companies that care about the safety and health of their employees create a good image in the public eyes. This helps attract talented professionals and build strong relationships with partners. Also, a manager's role in workplace safety impacts employee productivity. When employees feel safe at work, they can focus better on the task and are motivated to improve productivity and efficiency. An example of how it's worked for introduction training, films are made using real situations from the company. After watching a specialist test the employees and ask questions to check how well they understood the material. The goal is to involve the employees in the filming so those watching can recognize their colleagues and relate to them. Company managers and CEOs are also involved to take part in the film. This helps create a sense of involvement in workplace safety. They communicate together, work together, look how the colleagues make mistakes, and so they look for the films. It's a create a good involvement, a communication between managers and simple employers. When employees are involved, they feel their significance. They come to work with a sense that they are doing something important, and involvement always leads to an improvement in their well-being. How we, in the practice, doing, for example, involvement occupational health and safety specialists. Every year, we organize a competition for the best occupational health and safety specialist, which has two stages. First, all participants go through an online stage where they show their knowledge in occupational health and safety, solve practical tasks, and learn best practice. Those who succeed in the stage move on to the final, in-person stage held a selected venue. The final step lets participants not only show their practical skills, but also increase their motivation and involvement in the process. Additionally, the contest helps develop leadership skills, as many participants take on responsibility for group tasks or represent their teams. This connect has become an important way to boost employee engagement, build a safety culture, and improve professional skills and occupational health and safety. Factors and factors of our health. It's the environmental situation, including occupational hazards, lifestyle, including nutrition, bad habits, stress, genetic, inheritance, and social factors. The mental health is a critical aspect of employee well-being. High workplace stress and burnout can reduce productivity, increase absenteeism, and cause high turnover. Today, almost 2/3 of adults say work is a major source of stress. This leads to negative health effects like burnout, depression, and physical problems such as back pain, headaches, and sleep issues. How we can make the situation is better? Supportive culture. Create a workplace that cares about employee well-being. This means having open communication, empathy, and respect. Providing the mental health resource and support. Be sure that employees will know about this resource, can find him. For example, in the practice, last year we organized education for motherhood sitting at home and care about their children. They can to receive qualification like psychology consultant, and in the organization they can go to work and help for employer look how they feeling, maybe has problems, maybe something change in the work that employer feeling better. Flexible work. Implement the flexible work options such as flexible hours or a shortened work weeks. This helps employees balance work and life, reducing stress and improving well-being. Workload management. Monitor and manage the workload to prevent too much stress and burnout. Promote the effective time management and encourage the breaks and holidays to prevent the chronic overload. Training and development. Promote the physical activity and healthy lifestyle. Recognition and rewards. Regularly recognize and reward employees for their efforts and activities. Give constructive feedback to improve the moral and job satisfaction. Assessment and elimination of stress factors in the workplace. Regularly assess the workplace for stress factors and address them. Training the manager to support the mental health. Yeah, manager also can be teaching or can be teach by how to stop something situation which can make for the stress. Regular use and feedback. The next step for the well-being is the nutrition and well-being. Healthy eating is an important factor of employee productivity. Nutrition is a source of energy. When we talk about productivity, we cannot ignore the importance of nutrition. What do employees eat every day? This directly affects their performance and concentration. For example, offer your employees healthy food options in the canteen by promoting balanced meals and mindful eating. This can include free healthy meals and snacks, which not only support physical health but also help build a sense of community, health thinking, eating healthy food. I want to talk about the case study. This is the problem was connected with nutrition, vitamins. It was implemented in oil and gas companies and showed the positive results. This is to show how the well-being program works. The study included 110 people in the age group enterprises, which processes the associated petroleum gas and broad fraction of light hydrocarbons. The production workers had constant contact with harmful work factors, increased noise level, vibration, heavy work process, chemical factor. The medical workers are exposed to the pathogenic microorganisms in their work. So the people work in the harmful conditions.
How do you pronounce that? How do you say
How
that?
do you pronounce that?
I think we all want to know that.
Can you say it?
Can you say that?
In the age group of, how do you pronounce that?
No, just that part.
Tatna? I didn't name the name of the company. It's a great big long word.
How do you say it?
How is it? Harmful?
No, the name of the company.
Wrong word there.
This
one there. That one there. That one right
this is the, so that I'm not
You did it.
in English is get and
Their emails this long.
that нефтегаз переработка.
That's good.
Так, нефтегаз переработка. Get and oil enterprises.
That's a good word. One word. I like one word.
The workers were divided into two groups before the study began. The first group, comparison group, received in addition to their diet a product whose formulation did not include the vitamins. The second group, main group, received a functional food enriched with all necessary vitamins for the same period. The provision of vitamins was assessed by the blood serum concentrations that sent due to the illness were monitored. The first group who don't receive vitamin, they didn't know about this, it will be a placebo. They think that they are taking vitamins. And we compare it in the end of research, how they're feeling, how they're feeling. Word or not word placebo, we also look this. Why we connected vitamins with well-being and why we work with vitamins and with working in harmful. The micronutrient deficiency cause of the mental and physical deficiency, cause of the mental and physical illness, mental retardation, depression, disability, chronic fatigue, loss of bone and muscle strength. At the beginning of the study, 80% of employees had vitamin deficiency. This diagram shows that deficiency is observed in all examined persons regardless of their profession. So that all professions who participate in this project have deficiency. So that is not connected. You have an office profession or you have a working profession like by work hands, like.
What time of year was the study done?
Time, approximately for 5 months.
So there's nothing that I would be summer or winter?
It is for the autumn and beginning of the winter. The profound vitamin deficiencies were detected in the work, but the profound vitamin deficiencies were detected in the working engaged in more arduous working conditions. Male, gas and electric welders, gas cutters, painters, cleaners. That shows that you have more more difficult work. You have more deficiency of vitamins. Your body needs more vitamins. The analysis conducted the initial provision of vitamin difference between the first and second group. In the first group, which received the drink without vitamins, has a good vitamins has a good supply of vitamins, while the second group, which receives the drink with vitamins, has a good. Okay, I understand. After 5 months. We also take blood concentration to look at the vitamins and how it works in the end. The group who receive vitamins have a result, yes, it increased from the it's increased, but the group who not receive vitamins did not take the vitamins of the survivor had increase in blood levels of vitamin from the initial low level. So that it shows that for winter, the vitamins are become more deficient, so people who are not taking vitamins. Yes, the analysis conducted the entry of the drink taking shows that the second group, the group receives the vitamin, this has a significant increase in blood levels of vitamins compared with the basal data. And what else? The risk group, what we saw in this research, the risk group includes those age between 19 and 30 who were more likely than other age groups to experience vitamin deficiency or actual hunger. This in turn can lead in the future to a decline in productive potential, probably increased morbidity and incapacity for work, slower intellectual development, and reduced education attainment. In second place is a group of people between 51 and 61 years of age that can therefore lead to the premature mortality. And I don't know why it's shown, but we explain that the young people, 19 and 30, don't care about yourself, don't eat a good food like burger, chicken fingers, and there is no connect with vitamins. And the second group is 51 to 65, they needed more vitamins and they needed to care about health, by his health. The announced conducted the awareness raising work was carried out with the study participants. The employees attended the lectures on good nutrition and the role of vitamins in maintaining health. A questionnaire was administered to the workers. A follow-up survey showed the workers had become more responsible about their health. The 4 months vitamin intake group showed no increase in sickness absence due to the respiratory illness during autumn and winter, reducing the cost to the organization of paying specialists to perform the duties of temporarily absent employees for reason of temporary incapacity for work. Thus, the organization is saving on cost while improving the management of employee labor potential. In addition to the improved vitamin status in the group that took the vitamins and inquire of the survived showed the improved well-being, less fatty food, and more fresh fruit and vegetables. This introduction showed that the workers engaged in hazardous work factors first they realized that they needed to take care of their health. Secondly, they saw that the company cared about their health and that in this process gave feedback that they wanted to work for such company. So this result was positive. The health was increased. The workers feels better, and so that it shows that well-being programs are working. Okay. The next of the well-being, what I want to say about balancing online and offline work. Remote work can have both positive and negative effects on employee well-being. On the positive side, remote work offers more flexibility, reduced commuting time, and helps improve work-life balance. This flexibility can increase productivity, job satisfaction, autonomy, and creativity. However, studies show that too much remote work can blur the lines between work and personal life, causing more stress and conflict between work and family. Employees may feel constantly busy, leading to burnout, high stress, and poor sleep. Remote work can also make people feel isolated, lonely, and disconnected from colleagues. Stress-related absenteeism and loneliness cost U.S. employers about $154 million each year. In these past 5 years, loneliness and isolation have become so widespread that public health officials have called it epidemic. To meet how we can solve this problem, to meet this challenge, the companies may implement the hybrid work model that balance the online and offline interaction. The hybrid work hybrid work models combine the benefits of remote and face-to-face work, giving the employees the flexibility while still allowing for face-to-face interaction. The practice for creating a balanced hybrid work model includes regular virtual check-ins, conducted the regular virtual check-ins with remote staff to ensure they feel connected and supported. Team events, organizes the virtual and face-to-face team events to create a sense of community and strengthen relationships. Healthy meal delivery, provided the healthy meal delivery to the employees to promote the healthy lifestyle and create a sense of community. This practice can increase engagement and build a sense of community among employees, no matter where they work. As a result, companies may see improvements in employee well-being, engagement, and productivity. So that well-being program is a monitoring and employee health shaping employee well-being, improving the competitiveness of companies, increasing productivity and GDP, improving the quality of life of the population. We talked before lecture talk about more artificial intelligence. I say shortly how it can help for well-being program. Integrating AI into the nutrition programs may significantly improve the effectiveness. The AI may enhance the individual health data to create the personalized meal plans, track the eating habits, and provide the recommendation. The AI may also be used to improve the employees' psychological and physical well-being in the organization. It may be used to develop the programs for stress prevention, monitoring the psychological comfort levels, and early detection of signs of emotional burnout. In addition, the AI may track the employees' physical activity and health status, providing the recommendation on optimal physical activity and warning of possible health risks. How we evaluate well-being programs. The key metrics for assessing the effectiveness of well-being programs include employee health outcomes, tracking the changes in the employee health metrics such as body mass index, blood pressure and cholesterol levels, vitamin levels, participation levels, monitoring the participation level in the well-being programs and initiatives. Issues raised, counting the number of issues raised during the general meetings before and after the launch of the wellness program. Employees' feedback, collecting the feedback from the employees through the surveys, focus group, and suggestion boxes. Yes, in the well-being program we have a barriers. What is the barriers we can meet on the way for well-being to involve implement well-being in the organization? Difference the government interest. In some cases, the government interest may not align with the interest of organization in supporting employee well-being. For example, the government may focus on the economic growth and reducing the unemployment. For example, in Russia, the main topics of patriotism, but that will be now. Changes in law and regulations. The constant change in the legal requirements may make the long-term planning and implementation of well-being programs difficult. Inequality of opportunity between large and small companies. Large companies usually have more resources for well-being have more resources for well-being programs like specialized staff, bigger budgets, and modern technology. Small and medium-sized companies may struggle with limited resources, which can reduce their competitiveness in the job market. Lack of management support. If management doesn't understand or support well-being program, it can slow down or stop the implementation. Lack employee engagement. If employees don't know the benefits of well-being program or don't see their value, they may not participate, reducing the program effectiveness. In the conclusion, as the workplace continues to evolve, the prioritizing of the employee well-being is becoming increasingly important. By implementing the comprehensive well-being strategies that encompass the nutrition, mental health, physical activity, and a positive work environment, the organization may create a safe and supportive workplace. They support not only improve the employee health and productivity, but also contribute to a sustainable and adaptable organizational culture. In the changing landscape, a focus on well-being is essential to maintaining and thriving workforce. Thank you for your attention.
I'd like to share something with you that confirms exactly what she's saying. One of my best friends several years ago was the director of safety for Walmart. He's the one that implemented their exercise program, which reduced their MSDs and their back injuries down to 0. He also implemented a program where in all the break rooms they had bananas and apples and oranges instead of donuts and cupcakes and cookies. And just exactly what you're saying, he confirmed just what you're talking about. And across, anybody in here ever worked for Walmart or have a relative that worked for them? You know what I'm talking about. And they did really implemented that what you're talking about. That really works.
Well, it's interesting, and I think it's really interesting, the concept. We also talk about health and safety here in the U.S. as you guys get back to safety and health. But the concept is health. We don't talk about health that often. We talk about safety, we talk about those traumatic injuries, but in Ontario, our chief prevention officer has started talking more about health, because what we have is when we have one traumatic fatality, there's 2 other workers that died with their families from home from cancer, mesothelioma, or asbestos. These are all health. And that's all the respiratory stuff. We don't talk about it enough, right? We talk about the guy was killed by a machine, but we weren't talking about the guy that had a latent, cancer show up after 20 years of exposure. We're not talking about those because they're not sexy, they don't make the news, right? You don't hear about them.
A couple of different questions and points. I noticed you had a picture of an oil well in there. That always brought my attention. Was some of this oil field work that you were referring to, or what?
Did the test go on in the oil?
It's a test was in the oil, yes.
Okay, great. That makes my question. Okay. My next question, it would be continuing to prioritize your safety and knowledge into the action for a safer tomorrow. How many hours a week do your oil field workers put in? Do you happen to know?
You mean in this research? How many hours?
Yeah, how many hours do they labor a week approximately? Do you have any idea?
These workers who participate in how many hours we work, it's
I'm comparing it to here.
Like is it standard? Is it standard days? Standard days?
Yes.
Yes, not too long, like
Overtime.
yes. What you have worked standard days? Yes,
Yeah.
1 week. Have Saturday, Wednesday, like not work. Yes, 8 hours. Yes, 8 hours.
40 hours a week.
Yes, 8 hours.
So
40 hours a week.
40 hours a week.
No, one day it's 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
40 hours.
Or 6 days a week.
It's 5 days, but sometimes it will be 6 days. But mostly is 5 days.
I'm just comparing it to here in the U.S. I know it's different everywhere you go. But here, and this is hard type of labor, wellhead work where you take sledgehammer, you get grease, you work on out. These guys here in Texas, North Dakota, putting in 105 hours a week.
It's only 168.
They have 105 hours a week, I kid you not.
That's a risk.
And it's hard work. The truck drivers, who I mainly watch, are putting in 70 plus hours a week. And that's just the driving time. After they're done, they can work longer. But the fatigue catches them sooner or later, and that's where the accidents start happening. But your barriers to success with government sound very familiar.
John Howard and I actually had to talk about
I'd like to share something with you that confirms exactly what she's saying. One of my best friends several years ago was the director of safety for Walmart. He's the one that implemented their exercise program, which reduced their MSDs and their back injuries down to 0. He also implemented a program where in all the break rooms they had bananas and apples and oranges instead of donuts and cupcakes and cookies. And just exactly what you're saying, he confirmed just what you're talking about. And across the way, anybody in here ever worked for Walmart or have a relative that worked for them? You know what I'm talking about. And they did really implemented that's what you're talking about. That really very good. Yeah.
So everybody, we're getting down to the end of the day. Appreciate all that you all just staying with us as much as possible and asking these great questions. These great questions become the think tank, and we continue to ask more questions. More questions leads to other questions. Because the answer constantly expand. So at this roundtable, I've been writing down notes through the days and through the hours and stuff. And so I have workplace violence, fire safety, hazard communication, labeling SBS, emergency exits, and safety culture. And so I thought, how am I going to put all this together? My degree at WVU, my master's degree, was safety and environmental management. So we had safety, we had environmental class, we had management, but we also took a health communication class. So we encompassed all these classes together, and so you're kind of cross-trained and understand. You're cross-trained and you understand many different aspects of the safety and environmental management and health. And so I concur with what you're saying that as important from the health side, their employees need to be healthy. Not too much sleep and not enough sleep will cause accidents, injury. And then also that the poor locations tend to work the high hazardous jobs. I'm from southern West Virginia. My family was in the coal industry. My family was in the railroad. My father was a railroad for 43 years. My brother for 40 years. My father, 43 years, had no lost time accidents. And my brother had one accident, a knee injury. So in the coal industry, there's a lot of accidents and hazards in the railroad. So I'm concurring and kind of putting these all together. And I know you all have questions and things and thoughts and ideas going on in your head. And this is like, this is one of the best days that I always enjoy because Ed always brought up some incredible, how would I say, adventures of him when he was in Japan, when he was in other countries in Europe, and all over. And then lo and behold, where was he at? He was in Boone County, West Virginia, where I'm from. And he knew some of the people, and he remembered everybody that he met. He was one of those people that remembered, oh, you know better, you know such. And he hadn't seen him for 35 years. And he was an incredible human being, and he's definitely. But I tried to incorporate all this together, and I thought of Montana a lot because my sister lived in Missoula, Montana, and I thought about their industries up there, and then I said, man, maybe what I need to look at, I need to look at the top 10 violations. When we're talking about violations in Canada and how they correspond with here in the United States, and some of the same type of accidents and some of the injuries, some of the risks, some of the hazards that you know. But it kind of, so I thought, I'll just go ahead and talk about these for a little bit, and then actually go on to some other questions from you all. Okay, like fall protection, top 10. Number 1 was fall protection. 7,271. Doesn't sound like much, does it?
So world level or just here in the States?
That's in the States. That's in the States. But think about this. Does that include states, or is that just federal?
There you go.
You got to ask that question. You got to find that out.
Good.
Because in years past, they didn't receive the data from the states. So I don't really know.
So that's 20 per day.
So that you got and divide that up. Sure. Number 2 is hazard communication. What's going on now with hazard communication? 29 CFR 1910-1200, what's going on?
New regulations.
New regulations, very good, thank you, Bo. New, what else new? What about the regulations?
Reporting.
Absolutely. New chemical gets changed in it, to train the employees in it. Got a respirator, 1910-134, gotta have it. If it's a new chemical, I have different filters. There's a lot of things going on. You also, I'm losing my brain on this one, the global harmonized system has now that you see the SDSs, they're labeled and stamped with hazardous on the boxes. So if you don't read the specific language, you know to don't touch, back away, make a phone call. That's important. That's very important. Ladder safety. We talked about that a couple times. We mentioned that. Same thing going on here. 2,978. There was 3,213 HASCOM. Apologize. And so ladder safety, 1926-1053. So there's a lot of hazards going on here. Scaffolding, 2859. Powered industrial trucks. What do you think that is? What is powered industrial trucks? Forklifts.
And golf carts.
Hey, golf.
Yeah.
IT-10-178 standard. If you ever want to read that, it's a beautiful standard for me. I like that a lot. Because there are so many different things you have to do for forklift training. You have to run a classroom. You've got to do quality hours. You've got to do a demonstration. You've got to do a fake scenario to do it. You've got to do a demonstration. You've got to really prove it. And you have to be 18 years old to do that. Yes, sir.
How many hours run an estimate?
I'm sorry?
How many hours do I have to do to run an estimate?
Well, sure, they get by with it. I'm going to show you what they get by with. I personally require at least 100 hours.
And what's standard?
And the standard is 100, 200, but companies will say we already grandfather them in because they come here from another company working and they were already a certified operator. And I ask for their, say, okay, I'll accept that if I get a certificate or I'll get some kind of training. If not, I'm a consultant, I'm a contractor. So I'm starting.
But all legislation says an employer shall ensure, doesn't mean
Yeah.
the previous employer, it means the current employer.
Okay, but I'm a contractor. So what are they doing? From the liability standpoint, what are they doing? They're throwing it over to me. They're throwing it over to me. So what I'm doing to make sure, from a liability standpoint, from the tour, from the M2, I'm doing the training. So that's how it is. And number 6, oh no, I'm sorry, there was 2,561 violations. Lockout, tag out, 2554. Standard 1910-147. Another really good standard to really understand some components of electricity, locking it out, and tagging it out, and testing that, and walking away, and making sure that nobody comes around. So it's a really good standard. I'll tell you what, I will get right with you. One of my first jobs, there was a lockout, tag out death. That was right after graduate school. I'm in Miami, Florida, and I was part of the investigation and the follow-up and the finality of it. But it was a great standard to learn. You not only learned to lock it out, but you learned a lot about electricity. And it was a very